Hi, I'm Angelica Van Duren. I'm going to share you today an excerpt from my book Life Issues. Beware of a financial political parasite who issues threats. Pathological liars often call a situation a misunderstanding, especially when their deceptions come back to haunt them as a karmic whirlwind. Financial political parasites are those unscrupulous, opportunistic users who use a political group, political organization, political foundation, political coalition, political movement, and or political party for their own financial gains and powerful connections. They may use various aliases and code names when soliciting donations. They may even request that such contributions be forwarded or credited to their bank account or that of their relatives, friends, or kin. If they are asked where the proceeds went, they can erupt like the silent but deadly volcano and blame others for misunderstanding, jealousy, fame whore, and a traitor. The financial political parasite can prevaricate alibis, destructive lies, and false stories, and blame her target victims for her deficiencies, irregularities, and deceptions. People who use the financial political parasite may attempt to conceal their lies to protect their interests and integrity. In the long run, a financial political parasite gradually undermines the integrity of the entire foundation, organization, political party, team, or political movement. Financial political parasites live on the other people or from their host to extract favors, money, food, benefits, and donations. And they would discredit the donor or the host through destructive lies. Financial and political parasites benefit by deriving money, donations, services, favors, food, urgent help, and other resources they can extract at the expense of their donors or financial victims. When a financial political parasite issues a threat, the law defines a threat as any words or gestures that place a person in fear of harm, regardless of whether the specific harm or the means to carry it out are identified. Financial political parasites who are also opportunistic users and bullshitting liars can intentionally, maliciously, destructively, and falsely label you as a threat, a risk, a danger, a threat to security, and even worse, label you as a mentally ill person. Additionally, they spread gossip, defamation, libel, and slander against you through social media. When they are found out, they will frame up and accuse or blame others for the bullying, defamatory ways, libel, slander, cyber libel, digital mob lynching, group political narcissist bullying, smear, mudslinging, and cyber vilification which they habitually commit. When an opportunistic user, control freak, smiling two-faced backstabber, the gossip, manipulator, deceiver, political financial parasite writes a threat, be careful of what you write. Mababasag ka, meaning you will be ruined. Reflect and analyze how many other people, such as manipulative, offensive, intimidating, political, financial parasite movers, had threatened her in her life to silence people who know the truth about her repeated abuses, financial, economic, psychological, verbal, and emotional abuse. A financial political parasite can even issue a threat involving a family members. They can send an email, phone call, or send a long SMS message to a family member to create havoc, misunderstanding, suspicions, doubts, and planted pathological lies. Discover the maladaptive patterns of behavior of such an abusive offender, the financial political parasite. Investigate the other victims of such financial and political parasites in her country of residence. An economic and political parasite with the hallmarks of a scammer has had other victims in the last 3 years and also 10 or 11 years ago. Investigate how many people she issued threats to and bullied, but she would pretend and reverse that she is the victim of the bullies. She accuses and frame up her target victims, whom she already deceived and collected funds, donations, services, and urgent help, and intentionally hurt and brand them as fame whore, doing nothing, mentally ill, a sisang baliw, a mad woman, a bad mother, a person who was abandoned by her ex-husband, a person who is jealous of other writer or a historian, a person who attacked a lawyer, a quarrelsome person, depressed person, a person knows nothing and insults work-at-home mothers as doing nothing, just to degrade, dehumanize, and shame repeatedly the people whom she victimized and abused, verbally, economically, psychologically, and emotionally. Be sure to archive, print, and document, keeping proofs of the threats and lies of such abusive, intimidating, offensive, financial, political parasite who is also an opportunistic user. Observe that a financial parasite who issues a threat can also show the hallmarks of attitudes, character, and behavior of a wishy-washy wimp, gloom and doom victim, skeptical paranoid, bullshitting liar, opportunistic user, smiling two-faced backstabber, compulsive liar, pathological liar, gossip, coward, and manipulator. They seem to have mastered the cunning, Machiavellian ways of using, abusing, and discrediting others and eliminating their target victims from the circle of donors, company, political party, organization, or team. When you encounter an opportunistic user, a pretentious friend who only treats you as her object to use, it is wiser to avoid such a person and a friend of friends of such an abusive manipulator, opportunistic user, and deceiver. Do not engage emotionally. Be factual, truthful, and honest when you give a short, firm, diplomatic tone when you address the opportunistic user directly. Cut the crap. Stop lying. Bye. This is an unequivocal message that you no longer accept any of her abusive ways or any of her multiple destructive lies or her chains of deception. Whatever you say or express in a diplomatic, honest, and factual manner shall always be twisted by the lies of the financial political parasite who threatens others, especially those who know the truth and those who hold the proof, facts, and pieces of evidence. For my writings, visit angelicahopes.com, odysseyoftheheart.com. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Beware of any financial political parasite. Do not be their victim. How can I say this and express this part of my book on life issues? Because I was once a victim of them from 2017 to 2019.